your name is the same as my cousin's. That's what happens when we have a country full of people that believe in imaginary gods. Yeah, hey, you might be right. I mean, shit. Like, how have we not figured out a way to not have to charge stuff? It's very annoying and inconvenient. But anyways, hi guys. Another day, another dollar. I didn't even really want to go live today, but I kind of have to in order to get this key thing from my TikTok agency so that I can split screen with my laptop and just like the live at the same time. I have to go live for 3 days straight or something like that. I don't know. I'm just here. Either way. Base, hello, how are you? I'm good. How are you? We'll see how this goes. Solar powered cell phones. See, yeah, that wouldn't work either though, because I don't leave the house, so my phone would never be charged. I'm always at home. I need to get out more. I need to leave more. I live in a really pretty place. I should probably go outside more. But anyways, topic. I don't believe in Christianity. Ask me anything. I should probably like readjust so that people can see that at least. These TikTok bans make me not want to enjoy life. Honestly, I haven't been like bananaed for longer than like 10 minutes in a long time. In a very long time. So I don't know what's up with that. The most be without be nothing to live. Yeah, well, you gotta rethink that, try it again, and then type it again, because I don't know what the fuck that meant. Thank you so much for going live. Much love. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's the issue with Christianity? What do you mean? Like, why don't I believe in it? Come on up, request, and we can talk about it. Doesn't matter, God is real. Okay. Doesn't matter, God isn't real. See how that works? See how we got nowhere with that? Funny, right? What is the meaning with Kive? Don't know what that is either. What's not the issue, period. Yes, why don't you believe in it? Request and we can talk about it. We'll get somebody in here eventually that wants to talk. Topic, I don't believe in Christianity. Ask me anything. Is devil Lucifer? What? What do you even mean? Like, why is it important she believes in it? Oh, yeah, I do. Hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm good so far. How are you doing?
You said, what am I doing?
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to ask you why you don't believe in Christianity. You know, I don't really believe in Christianity per se, but I'm just asking your why you don't believe.
Yeah, so like, one, I don't think there really is a good reason to be convinced of the religion, but I also just don't believe in magic, so that's pretty much like baseline.
Okay, all right, got you. Yeah, I just wanted to ask, there's many reasons why I don't believe in Christianity, but one of them is because basically it's just so it's such fiction. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you there. Sam, I'm gonna bring you back another day when I'm doing like panel lives, but right now I'm specifically trying to talk to believers. But I appreciate you coming up. Hi, Monkey Boy. You know, I don't know your name, and calling you Monkey Boy is getting a little weird. You should tell me your name. Hi, Anthony. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? I just kind of a question for you. You ever read the Bible before?
Y'all, am I tripping, or does he sound like he's from the depths of hell? What is going on with your
What? Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm sorry. This is painful for me at this point. I gotta drop you. That was that for anybody that has headphones in. I am so sorry, but that was crazy. To whoever that was, come on a different device. Get headphones or something. I don't know. And you have a headphones, I don't know if you're like plugged into a speaker or something. If you are, unplug it, unbluetooth it, and then request again, because it's bad. What is going on? That is mean. What's mean? Nah, he was loud micing. What is that? Miking? No, that's crazy. Where he coming from? I don't know what y'all are talking about. The comments are a little incoherent today. What's going on? All right, but anyways, Why do you hate us so much? Anyone who proves you wrong, you kick them off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you an invite, and we can talk about that. Because what? Anybody who proves me wrong, I don't think anybody's ever proven me wrong or proven that God exists. Trust me on that part, right? But yeah. It seems like you've been watching other lives and you're attributing what that host does in their lives to me, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But he's not standing on business anyways, because I sent him an invite and he declined it. Hi, Corey. How are you?
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. What do you believe in?
I'm agnostic. I don't believe in a God.
Yeah. A lot of people don't these days, you know.
Well, good reason. I feel like as humans evolve and get smarter, we leave the fairy tales behind more and more.
Right. I read a lot of books that would like discredit a lot of like religions these days.
Okay. Did you want to ask me anything else?
No, just keep doing what you're doing, and like whatever is meant for you, it'll be given to you in life. So whatever your understandings is, it'll come to you like as an individual. So everybody learn their own way.
Period. All right. Well, thanks, Corey. I appreciate you coming up.
All right.
All right, y'all. Tap the screen. I can't see how many likes we have. Oh, I can on my laptop. Let's get to 3K. Can we get to 3K? Oh, insanity. Wow. Yeah, you can join. Just wait your turn or whatever.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. What's up?
So what do you believe in?
I'm agnostic. I don't believe in a God.
Yeah, but you got to believe in something.
No, you don't.
Not spiritually.
I believe that I do not know if there is a God or if there isn't one.
So do you believe in science?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you believe in the Big Bang?
Yeah.
Okay. You know the Big Bang requires faith, just like God?
What's wrong with that?
You can't prove that there's a Big Bang.
I mean, I think it has been proven, but let's just say you can't. What's wrong with me having faith in the Big Bang?
Nothing's wrong with it. I'm just seeing if you are using logic in your thoughts.
Okay. Well, I think there's a lot more evidence of the Big Bang than God, but I haven't been there to see the Big Bang. So if you want to say that that's faith, I'm cool with that. I think it's more justified.
It's a theory, right? Like they can't prove it at all.
Do you know what a scientific theory is?
Yeah, something that you've observed. You can't even observe the Big Bang.
Okay, so do you know what a scientific theory is?
Yeah, it's observation. It's a explanation of your observations.
I thought you just said it's a theory and you can't observe it, so you're contradicting your own definition.
You can't observe the Big Bang because it only happened once.
But you call it a theory, and your definition of a theory is something that you can observe, so you're contradicting your own definition.
No.
No. Just no? Oh, okay. What the fuck? Just no. All right, well, unfortunately, I don't know what to tell you with
you're
that.
Not like... So what don't you believe about Christianity, though, specifically?
Yeah, I just don't believe in magic, like the whole sticks turning into snakes or spitting into dirt, and all of a sudden somebody's not blind anymore because you rub spit dirt on their eyes, walking on water, shit like that. Sounds like a Disney movie to me.
Do you not believe that you should love your neighbor?
Yeah, sure. Well, no, not all of them. The fuck?
Not all of them? You shouldn't treat people how you want to be treated?
Yeah, if it's like a P3DO, no, I'm not going to treat them how I want to be treated. If it's a P3DO, like somebody that's attracted to children.
Oh, okay.
Or if it's MURDERER, yeah, I'm not going to love that person. I'm not going to love my neighbor. And I'm definitely not turning the other cheek. That's for fucking sure. So, yeah.
And is all that stuff bad?
What?
Is all of that bad that you're talking about, like turning the other cheek, having love for your fellow man, is that bad? You see no value in it?
No, I see value in loving certain people, but love all your neighbors? I'm not fucking with that. No.
Why?
I just told you why.
Because you appeal to the extremes?
You said if you love your neighbors, are these people not a part of that?
I mean, you should treat everyone the same.
Yeah, so everyone. So when you say everyone, that includes the extremes too, correct?
Yeah, and you should treat them with dignity.
Well, I fundamentally disagree with that. I'm not going to treat a P3DO politely because Jesus said to. That's just not going to happen.
So what's your solution there?
What would you do? Would you go up to a P3DO and hug them and love them and treat them correctly while they're going around graping children? Is that what you want to do too?
I don't think that's what it means.
Oh, but you just said love your neighbor. What don't you want to treat them how you would want to be treated?
Yeah, you do want to treat people right.
So even though someone's going around graping children, you're still going to be nice to them, respect them, help them out in life, be a loving neighbor.
I don't think that's how it works. Like I said, you're appealing to
not
extremes.
Sure what treating other people how you want to be treated.
It's a general understanding, right?
Well, it sounds like you don't even hold up to the standard yourself, because every time I bring up a good point in which you wouldn't react that way, you're like, nah, not that though, but you should still love your neighbors. But then when I bring up a neighbor that you wouldn't love, it's, nah, I didn't mean it like that though. So you need to either clarify or concede.
In the Bible, do they punish people who do things like that? And is it logical to punish people who do things like that? Not only for their sake, but for society's sake?
Yeah, so I'm confused.
So there's exceptions, right, to specific acts. And it says in the Bible how to handle those things. There's laws in the Bible. They're quite properly described, right?
Okay, so...
But like I said, you're appealing to the extremes to try and make my point seem outlandish.
When you say love everyone, the extremes are in that subcategory.
Love your neighbor.
You also said everyone too. Treat people how you want to be treated.
And treat people how you want to be treated, right?
I would like to be treated very nicely. I would like to be treated like I'm a friend of you, even if we're not friends. I'm not treating a P3DO that way.
How do you know if they're that?
Depends on the situation. Like, they could be registered on the neighborhood watch. There could be a situation like QB where he's like openly a P3DO. Yeah.
Who's that?
There's a person on this app that is openly a P3DO.
There's a person on the app that is?
Yeah, but aren't you going to love him and treat him how you wanted to be treated?
Generally, I love my neighbors until they trespass. Until they trespass.
Right. Well, me personally,
and I think that you're being disingenuous because I don't think that you're just hating on people.
Yeah, that's
just to hate on them.
How am I hating on anyone?
I said I don't think you do.
Wait, what? You said you think I'm being disingenuous?
Yeah,
because I'm not hating on people?
I think that you're being disingenuous because you probably don't hate on people just in general. I think that you probably...
When did I say I do that?
come to a conversation with an open mind, don't you?
Yeah, so you're straw manning me. You're being disingenuous. I never said I go around hating people for fun. Like, what? When did I say that? When did I make that claim?
Well, my argument was to love your neighbor generally, right? And that there are exceptions to that. Yeah, you said love your
neighbor, treat everyone how you want to be treated. I don't do that with everyone.
When you meet someone, do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I know something previously.
Until what? They've trespassed against you or someone you love or someone that you hold in high esteem or someone that should be protected.
Or if I've known about that before I even met them, then it's smoke off rip as soon as I meet them.
But it's the same thing. Like that's an exception to the rule.
I guess what your issue is that you misspoke, and since I
haven't misspoke at all.
since I clocked it, now you're like, instead of just being like, okay, yeah, you got that, I didn't mean it that way and I'm going to correct myself. Instead of doing that, you say, oh, you're just being disingenuous because you don't want to admit that you misspoke.
I didn't misspeak. There are
Yeah, you
exceptions
said
to all
treat
rules, right?
everyone how you want it to be treated. Yeah, I disagree with that sentiment because of those exceptions I've listed already. And then because of those exceptions that I've listed already, you say I'm disingenuous instead of just admitting I have a point.
No, you're acting like you know the exceptions before you meet the person.
I never made that claim either.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Of course you did.
It's absolutely
I think you're being
possible
wholly
for me to know
disingenuous.
before. Yeah, it's absolutely possible for me to know before if they're, like, for instance, if they're on the neighborhood watch or something like that. I could know, but does that mean I'm going to know every single time? No, I didn't make that claim.
No, and
So you're
whenever
straw manning again.
Who's the straw man?
You are. You
What's
said
the
that
straw man?
I know. You said I know everyone's little, like, let's say the P30O. You said I would know before I meet them.
No,
When did I say
you
that?
would not know before you meet them. And in general,
Okay, that's
that
not what
whenever,
you said 2 seconds ago.
whenever
You just
come
said
to a
I'm
person,
acting like, no, you just said I'm acting like I would know before I met them. Did you not just say that like 30 seconds ago?
yeah, that's exactly what I said. You're just
Chat.
not understanding what it means.
I think you're just not able to track. Should get some Adderall or something and come back. I don't know, because that was interesting. But he was tweaking. Hi,
Hey,
Kai. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Somebody said he needs some milk. I'm good. What do you want to talk about?
Well, first of all, I want to say it's actually refreshing to see someone who's intelligent hosting one of these sorts of conversations. So thank you for that.
Love that.
So I have a question and a follow-up question. And
Cool.
I want to give a quick preface. These are not loaded questions. I'm struggling with these questions myself, and I don't have the answers to them. But I think it's relevant to this sort of a debate. So I would say that probably, if I had to imagine, that you are a Darwinian, you believe in evolution.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not completely educated on the whole theory of evolution, but I'm convinced of it.
As a general philosophy, like life evolved from the simple to the complex, something like that, which I too happen to believe. One thing that I'm struggling with, and I don't have an answer to this, is, we've evolved over billions of years, and the most successful have a very finite amount of shared attributes. And so you could say that over the longest time frames, there's a single image that's emerged as the personality of the cosmos in humanity. And I think with the Judeo-Christian worldview, as flawed as it is, and as flawed as the Bible is, and it's certainly contradictory and flawed in every way you could possibly imagine, is humanity struggling to understand their place in the cosmos. And we're at a point now in post-enlightenment where we view each other, when things are going well, as individuals. And we treat each other with a face respect in our society. But that's not obvious. And history is very bloody. And out of the bloodiness of history, this Judeo-Christian ethic emerged. And it undergirds our society. So I think that's relevant to this sort of conversation, because simple-minded Christians are definitely a problem. And I would say simple-minded atheists are just as much of a problem. But we don't understand that our culture sits upon the Bible for all of its flaws, and that if we casually throw that away, then we don't know what hells we'll descend into.
So what's the question?
Well, I do apologize. I guess I sort of went on a rant there. My question is, what do you think of that? Because I don't have an answer. That's sort of my stream of thought. What do you think of that, generally speaking?
Yeah, I think if we, are you saying, if we dismantled everything that Christianity has, built up fundamentally in our society, that we would crumble?
Well, life is very, very complex, and it's balanced on a razor's edge. And our fundamental systems that give us order are very, very flawed and pathological. But a flawed order is better than nothing. And what I see, the atheist side, and I'm not categorizing you because I don't know you at all, I'm simply pointing out that side tends to casually push aside our religious origins. And that's not wise, because we don't have anything to replace it.
Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't just hold to the things that we all typically agree on, don't MURDER people, don't
Well,
grade
sure,
people,
but-
stuff like that, without the Bible being involved. I don't see why we couldn't just be like, don't be a bad person. We don't
But
need
one thing I would
Bible
point
for
out
that.
is I would love it if that was possible, and if we could abandon these old systems and just act morally. But the problem is there have been societies very, very recently in history that when they try to do that in favor of a higher rationality supplanting the archaic religion, is that things go very dark very quickly because we don't understand ourselves and life is very complex. And if we throw out the things that we use to organize our societies and live in harmony, we revert back to animals essentially, and that's not pretty.
I'm not completely sure on what you're saying. So for me, the way I think about it is you don't need a Bible to make murder illegal. You don't need a Bible to make grape illegal. You could just make it illegal. Same way you don't need the Bible to make abortion legal. Like, you can still make laws without
I
the
agree with
Bible.
you.
So
100%.
what do you mean then? Like, what's the issue here? Are you saying if we took religion out of it completely, everything would just spiral?
What I'm saying is this. The farther back in history you look and the more fractionated people are, the more violent things were. And there are these massive religious systems, and I would say that Islam is included in this, that bring people into harmony and out of the animalistic tribalism. And those systems are flawed, and the atheists correctly point out those flaws. But one thing I would say is that if we abandon the systems that unite us, even though religions do war with one another, and that's quite terrible, and
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I think without religion in the beginning, I think we would have still been on like some Neanderthal type of stuff. But I think now that we've already progressed past that era where everything was just violent before religion, I think if religion was taken out now, considering how society is now, I think we'd be fine, to be honest.
But the problem with that is humans aren't as old as society. Humans are billions of years old, and we're just as much animals as we are enlightened, civilized beings. And you say, well, we could simply cast aside the religious narrative and live in peace now that we've got there because of religion. And I would say that when we try to do that, things go very dark, because we're these things that are billions of years old, and to come out of the darkness and to evolve, we had to become very, very tribalistic and violent. And so that's all in us. And if we throw away these religious systems, that comes out very quickly, and millions of people die.
Yeah, so one, I never made the argument that we should just take religion out of society. I don't know why you think I feel that way, but let's just play along. I do think we'd be fine if we did, because we've already surpassed the Neanderthal or violent stage. Apparently somebody else has tried to do this and a bunch of people died, is what you're saying?
Well, first of all, I apologize. I was not trying to put words in your mouth. One thing I should say is that when these sorts of debates come up, regardless of what the individual host thinks, it tends to be sort of like a atheist versus fundamentalist debate. So I'm speaking to the atheist side. I was certainly not trying to put words in your mouth. But read history. Read what happened in the Soviet Union and in China and in these places, Nazi Germany. You could say that Nazi Germany was as dark as humanity got, and that's because they threw away these ancient systems in favor of the glorious Third Reich and racial supremacy, and that's where humanity goes, and it's not good.
Shit, people were Christians when slavery was around. I personally think we'd be fine, but I could be wrong. But I don't really have any. I don't have the desire to argue this, because I don't care if religion is taken out or kept. Like, I don't care.
Sure. I'll say a quick last note, and then I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
Well, one thing I would say is you mentioned that there were, say, Christian slave owners, and there were certainly people who identified themselves as Christians. I'm not trying to defend Christianity here, because I'm not an apostle of Christianity. I'm just simply pointing out that people who would own slaves and do those sorts of terrible things are not acting out the image of God in the New Testament. And I'm not.
But the only reason I was bringing that up is because you were saying when people take religion out of it, things get extremely violent. And I'm just saying, well, people have been violent with religion too, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, we can agree on that. Well, thank you for talking to me.
All right. I appreciate you coming up, Kyle. Oh, it's fucking hot in here. I really don't feel like being live, y'all. Can you tell? I feel like my energy is low, and I don't know. But here I am. Let's fucking get it, I guess. Hey, Anthony, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I am chilling. What do you want to talk about?
So why aren't you a Christian? Are you an atheist, if I might ask?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. So I don't think there's really a good reason to believe in Christianity, and I definitely don't believe in magic. So
So have you ever studied, 27% of the Bible is prophetic, right? Have you ever studied Bible prophecy in the Old Testament and how it's
nah,
fulfilled?
I've seen a bunch of people debunk the prophecies. I've seen a bunch of people undebunk the debunks. To me, I have no idea what's going on with that. The debunking of the prophecies seem to make more sense to me. Clearly, maybe it's bias, but
Yeah, it's probably biased, but
I don't have
I
any.
used to be an
I don't have any
atheist.
of the debunk. Hello, I don't have any of their debunking tactics memorized. All I
Okay.
know is that they debunked it pretty well. I was convinced that it was.
Well, it
debunked.
was. Well, I studied like Aaron Ra and a few other people do it. They did a terrible job, in my opinion. But I used to be an
I
atheist.
have no idea who that is. So
Well, there's a bunch of atheists who made videos on it, but it wasn't convincing to me. But I used to be an atheist, and that's personally what convinced me to become a Christian. So
I used to be a Christian. That's what convinced me to become an atheist.
So you did like a detailed study on these things, because, for example, if you were to read like Isaiah 50,
No, I was being sarcastic because
Okay.
I don't care if you use. I don't know why, but a lot of Christians will like to come up and like say, "Hey, I was in your shoes once. I used to not believe too," as if that will help in any way, shape, or form. So I was just being sarcastic.
well, can I give an example, like what specifically made me believe, like from atheism?
If it's a testimony, I could care less. But
It's
if
not
it's
a
like some
testimony per
logical
se.
reason,
Well,
sure.
okay, so for example, Isaiah 53 was written, right, 700 years before Christ. It's proven that the Old Testament was written before Christ, and it explains his life, ministry, death, burial, resurrection in accurate detail 700
Babe, can you give
years
me a
before
vape?
it happened, right? So this was written 700 years before it happened. It's the most popular chapter in the Old Testament concerning Christ. So that's basically what convinced me. And as I said, at least almost a third of the Bible is filled with these prophecies scattered to and fro. And if you really study them, it's impossible for man to just come up with them and them to be fulfilled within time, specifically as they were. So I use logic and reason to try to refute it, and I can't refute that. It's to me it's irrefutable, but I know to other people it isn't if they take a different stance. But to me personally, that's what made me believe the Bible. That's what keeps me believing in Jesus, because to me it's
Yeah, I mean, I guess that just depends on if, like, when you were researching the opposing view of the prophecies, if it didn't convince you, then cool, I see why you believe, but I'm convinced that it was debunked.
So what do you believe about the universe? Like how did the universe come into existence?
I think no one knows, and the theists posit this explanation because they don't want to admit that they don't know.
So you believe it has a origin though, right? Like it originated, like the Big Bang happened, right? It started expanding, so there was
Yeah,
so
but before
something-
that, no one knows what happened before that, where it came from, what was going on. I mean, there's theories, but nobody really knows.
So how about life on Earth? How did that originate, according to you?
I don't know. I mean, there's evolution and abiogenesis, but I'm not 100% certain.
So don't you think it would make more sense with the fine tuning of the universe and life being on Earth? Wouldn't it make more sense that there is a cause behind this vast universe we live in, rather than it possibly either coming from nothing or some sort of multiverse theory going on? Like, to me, it doesn't make sense that there was nothing before the Big Bang or whatever it was. And
Yeah, I
then,
never made that claim, so
No,
I don't
I
think. Well, any intelligent atheist will not say that there was nothing before. If anything, I think theists posit that more because they think God is some immaterial, spaceless, timeless mind that created matter out of literally nothing. Like, y'all think the universe just poofed into existence out of nothing. So I think that's more so your position. But for me, I think that I think it's more likely that there's a cause? I think there's definitely a cause. I could be wrong. There's some good arguments as to why there doesn't need to be a first cause. But me personally, I think a first cause makes more sense. I just don't see why it would need to be a God type of first cause, or a mind, or something that cares about us and loves us and stuff.
okay. Have you ever heard of the laws of logic?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about that argument as it pertains?
The laws of logic aren't an argument.
Well, they're immaterial. Well, I don't want to get too far into that, but we could have a discussion about that another time.
I mean, if you want to run tag, go for it.
We get. I need to brush up on it a little more before I solidify the.
It's a really terrible argument, and most philosophers don't even take it seriously anymore. It's just a big presupposition.
Yeah, it is a well, I'm a presuppositionalist, so it is. It is a
That's terrible.
Well, I mean, we all have to believe something, right? But yeah, I don't know. That's basically. All right. So, can you do me a favor though before I end this? Right? Just do me one favor.
Well, it depends. I might. I don't know. But,
all right. Listen.
Yeah, what is it?
Just all right. Isaiah 53. Just read that when you get a chance. Just one chapter in the Bible. Isaiah 53. Read that, realize it was written 700 years before Christ, and tell me who that's explaining exactly. And just do an honest reflection on who that's actually talking about. And then
all right.
maybe post your thoughts about it after or something. I don't know. It's just
I'm not going to do that, but
okay, well,
I will read it at some point because I'm already reading the Bible. So yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Have a good one, pal. Appreciate you.
Bye.
All right, you guys. All right, you motherfuckers. Tap the goddamn screen. Follow my backup in case I ever get banana, because sometimes I cuss people out. We're at 9K. Can we get to 12K likes real quick? Boost the algorithm a bit. Also, I'm going back to school, y'all. I start in August. If you want to help a bitch out with some student debt, my Venmo and my Cash App are in my bio. I also need to get a lot of work done on my teeth. Yeah, we're going to figure that out later, too. But if you want to help a nigger out, help me out. All right. See what Jahax has to. And also for the people that are in here, you know, I think TikTok changed the rules to like you only need one person. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can. Can I say something to the? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said help a nigga out. What do you mean help who out? I'm black, by the way, chat. I'm definitely very much so black. There's also. TikTok changed the rules, so if you've been wanting to request on someone's live, you don't have to have like 500 followers anymore. You can request with like 1 follower now. Literally anybody can join a live. You just won't be able to turn your camera on, but anybody can request now. Anybody can request. So if you want to talk, not even on my live, just on anybody's live. Yeah. What does it say behind me? I don't believe in Christianity. Ask me anything. Okay. Jahax or whatever your last name is, or your name is.
Okay. My question is, why don't you believe in God? Christianity.
I don't believe in magic.
But Christianity isn't magic.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
Do you
Can you tell me
remember
how?
Yeah. Do you remember when God cursed Eve?
Yeah, that wasn't just with magic though.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much magic. Or do you remember when Moses had that stick and he threw it on the ground and it magically turned
It's
into a
supernatural.
snake?
It's not magic. It didn't just like
It's
God. He
supernatural.
has.
Let's look up the definition of magic real quick. Magic definition. You said it's supernatural, right?
Supernatural. It's not magic.
Yeah. So the
Magic
definition
is
of
like
magic-
unicorns and.
The definition of magic in the Oxford Dictionary is the power of apparently influencing the course of events by using mysterious or supernatural forces. So I think you accidentally conceded just now. It's magic.
So you really think it's magic?
Did you just hear the
Him
definition?
parting the sea was just magic, just magical. He just came down
Damn,
and.
what else would it be other than he's parted the sea? That is what would it not? How would it not be magic? Like, can we be for real? Like,
Because it's God, like it's
or like, hold on,
it's
pause.
not
Like,
magical.
talking snakes and talking donkeys. Is that not straight out of a Disney movie? Like, can we be for real?
Okay, where did they get that from though? To make it a
Magic,
Disney movie?
supernatural powers, God, magic. Woo.
All right.
I don't know. If it's not magic, what is it?
It's supernatural. Like your definition of
That's the
magic.
definition of magic. Do you not accept definitions from the dictionary?
Because it's man-made. Anybody can make up a word and put it in a book and call it that.
Okay, so how do you use language if you don't accept definitions that are widely accepted? Like, how do you know and understand what
I
I'm
can
saying
accept
right now?
a definition, but if I know it just don't make sense, it's like...
I think you just don't like it. And it's not that it doesn't make sense. You just don't like it for some reason.
What is there not to like about a definition? If it's just wrong to me, I think it's wrong.
Magic then.
Because when you say magic, you basically, what comes to mind when you think about magic?
Talking donkeys, talking snakes, sticks turning into fucking snakes, fucking walking on water, resurrecting from the dead, stuff like that.
Okay. Because with God, it's different. It's not like people put this word magic, like, I don't know.
You know how I think I know why you think like I think that the term magic has a huge range. Like you have vampires, that's magic. You can have witches, that's magic. You can have angels, that's magic. You can have gods, that's magic. You can have Satan.
God isn't magic though. Like
the definition of magic, I don't know how you don't accept definitions that are widely accepted.
I can accept definitions, but when you say
the power of apparently influencing the course of events by using mysterious or supernatural forces. Ma'am, I'm sorry. It's magic. It's magic, babe.
Okay, you could accept that definition, but I'm not going to accept it.
If you can refute it, then I will, adjust accordingly. Is there a reason why?
I need my Bible because a lot of people like turning the Bible into something it's not, and when they don't understand it, it's like, oh, this can't be real. This can't. No, and it's different when you have like a spiritual understanding. When you actually ask God.
Yeah. So can you refute the definition of magic?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a verse, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna just start in Genesis, because like when God began to create the heavens and the earth was complete chaos, and darkness covered the face of the deep, while a wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
A magical spell, and then there was light. Magic.
It was a word he said. That's not magical.
What do witches do when they speak spells? They say the words and then boom, magic happens. Like
no, they have to like do all this other stuff. They use jars. They like come on now, herbs, all types of stuff.
I don't even think this shit is real. So saying they use jars and shit is just crazy. But like cool. They use
but is that not how they cast spells? You can literally look it up on TikTok.
There's movies where witches don't need jars. There's movies where all they need is a
and that's a movie.
You think witches are real too?
Witches and warlocks. I mean, duh. Never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come at you like that.
No, you're good. I'm not sensitive. You're good. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. This is why I think religion is dangerous sometimes. We got motherfuckers out here, not you.
But my whole thing is I'm not religious. I have a relationship. I use the Bible because it's like, it's truth in the Bible. It's not
religion to you.
Huh? Religion is like having being so strict and being confined into a bubble. Like I'm not like when you have freedom in Christ and you take it.
That's not the definition of religion. The definition of religion is the belief in and
because another man wrote that down and told you that was what it was.
Hello? The belief in and worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. That's you can have a relationship all you want. That's not exclusive from religion. You can have a relationship and be in a religion, because a religion is just believing in and worshiping a god.
Okay. So you gave me the definition of religion for what? Because I just said I don't.
You said you're not in a religion when by definition you are in a religion for sure. Like absolutely. No doubt about it.
Okay, well, sure.
I don't understand why. Also, if there's any Christians in the chat that can answer this, is there a reason why y'all have such a negative connotation associated with the term religion? Like, it just means
because a lot of people make it like oh, like you have to be so strict. Like even with the 10, not the 10 commandments, but what was it? They gave Moses something, you know, the little protocol to how they were supposed to behave or whatever. God saw that, huh?
The Levitican law? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And Jesus came to break that and to free people from sin.
Yeah, so I mean, those people that have some negative connotation associated with the term religion, if you ask them to define it and they say what you said, they would just be wrong. They're just defining it incorrectly.
How would they be wrong though?
Yeah, if they say a religion is being strict, then that means when my dad made me run a mile every day and clean my room and wouldn't let me eat cereal and wouldn't let me use my phone past 5 o'clock, that means I was in a religion. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That for it to just be strict, that's just not how the term is recognized.
I'm sorry for you. Who are you sorry for? You're not sorry for me. I'm sorry for you.
No. They're talking to me. They're talking to me.
Oh, okay. Is the government a religion because we have laws? No, there's a difference. Like, I'm literally talking about the Bible. What the Bible got to do with the government?
Yeah, I would highly suggest not paying attention to the comments, because if you do, it's gonna drive.
Because they're just dumb. Like, bro, what are you talking about? And they be trying to make
on chat. If you attack chat is gonna come for your ass. Just let you know.
They can't come for my ass because they're wrong. Like, how are you sitting here?
Just ignore the chat and talk to me. Imagine, okay, you think they're coming for you. Imagine me when I'm
No, this dude actually replied to me. Like, you took the time out of your day to reply to me.
They do that to
and I'm going to have something to say.
All the entire live. Like, if I succumbed to every mean comment I got, I would literally be in a psych ward right now. You just got to.
I'm not mad, though. That's the thing. I'm just saying, why are you replying to me and you're wrong yourself and you don't even know?
You can't stop them. You should just ignore them.
You mean this woman? Okay, I don't, like, I'm not even gonna go there with you because it's okay. Anyways, I was saying, yeah, I just, like, I have, like, certain things that just don't make sense, like, because everybody wants to categorize Christians and say, stop crying. I'm not crying. If I was really crying, I would have logged off if that was the case. You're slow. Anyways, and you're in the chat, so what are you talking about? You're trying to come for me, but you're typing in a chat. Like, you took the time to, like, okay, my bad. But it's like, you sitting there trying to call me slow. Like, go about your day. Anyways, yeah, I just don't like certain stuff that people do, and so they stereotype Christianity, and it's like,
money on everybody follows Steve, by the way.
Everybody is not like that.
Love every time. I appreciate you, Steve. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis.
Stop complaining. I don't have nothing to complain about, babes. Okay. Things that...
Alright. This TikTok debate talk shit is not for everybody. Alright? You cannot be sensitive on this app. You cannot. It's not for everybody. Like, they will literally shred your existence. Especially if they feel like it's working, they like that. They will just continue. So, this shit ain't for everybody, that's for sure. Present, no. We're not doing that today. Thank you, N-word Jack. I really appreciate the N-art.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Joker? Is that a Joker card? I can't see. I'm fucking blind. Even with my contacts in, I can't see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name?
Just call me Ken.
Who? Caden?
Ken. I'm a little sick right now, my bad.
You're good. What do you want to talk about?
So my ass, why don't you believe in Christianity?
Yeah,
I'm young, bro. I'm young. Don't make fun of me. But
how old are you?
I'm 16. I gotta be 18 plus.
Yeah, I'm sorry, pal. You're good. Yeah, that's TikTok rules, not me. Me personally, I don't really like to debate with 18-year-olds either. But yeah, TikTok won't let you be on live unless you're 18 or older. I don't know. Not me, not my rules. Womp womp is correct. Hi, Carlin. How are you?
Doing well. How you doing today?
I'm well. What do you want to talk about?
This was going to help because I know when people use that word spiritual and not religious, so you can have understanding where people are coming from. They try to separate what James called pure religion, and all pure religion does what the word says do. And what people mean when they say it, that separates from a building, even though you can't separate yourself. If followers of Christ it's a discipline. So it produces a religion. So they're actually speaking against themselves and don't even know it. So it's a lack of understanding when people say that. But a lot of people do say that though. So it's popular. But it's because they don't understand there's a true religion. Like every Muslim doesn't practice being a true Muslim. There's a truth to every religion. That doesn't mean that the total truth, but there's a truth in every religion that if you don't practice the disciplines, then you're not part of the religion. So that's just to give you a broader view of how people think. They like to use the word spiritual, but you can't separate from the religion. And that's where the confusion comes from. That's all. I'm just going to add to what you were saying.
Oh, all right, bet. Did you want to talk about anything else, or you just want to clarify that?
Just that, I pretty much spoke to you before, and I know how you believe, but it's just your chat is entertaining, and it keeps me thinking. I like to be challenged and like to see different questions and different understandings. So, no, I'm good though. But thank you for allowing me on.
Of course, WU. I'm sure we'll talk again soon, Carlin. Let's see who's next. Hello, Please, how are you?
You good?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. What do you want to talk about?
All right. So I wanted to ask, like, cause you say you used to be a Christian. So like, what was your turning point, like, that made you not want to be a Christian no more?
So like when I was in middle school-ish, I just decided to be an atheist because I was mad at the world. And then as I got older, I started looking into it and realized even though I became an atheist for emotional reasons, I ended up finding out that logically I'm still an atheist either way. So that's pretty much why.
Interesting. Okay, so then I just want to ask, like, okay, so what's your purpose, like, and like, what you feel like your purpose is?
I don't know. I haven't really figured that out yet.
Nah. What you think happened to people when they die?
Do you want my what is it called? My conspiracy theory on what happens after death? Or do you want like what I actually, like a logical response? Because I have two. I'm gonna just give you both. I don't care.
Yeah, just give me both. I was gonna say that. Go ahead.
All right. So for me, I don't know why, but I feel like black holes, like, you know what a black hole is?
Yeah.
I feel like something to do with our existence in the universe, something has something to do with black holes. I don't know why, just gut feeling. I feel like something happens with black holes when we die. I have no idea. Don't know. But logical response, I have no idea at all. I just don't know what will happen. Could be nothingness, could be heaven, could be... I've watched a lot of near-death experience videos where people have said that basically everything that we thought was going on isn't going on. Like, we're all like characters in a game and we're just here to experience things. And like, if you believe in Islam or Buddha or whatever you believe in, it's just a character, a role to play to experience, but none of it's actually real. We're just here fucking around for experience purposes. So I have no idea. Could be nothing though.
Okay, so hey, you black, right? Because I've been watching you like, you black. You not mixed, you know, if you like mixed, but your heritage or whatever, background history.
What'd you say? Say that again?
What you identify yourself as, like, as being black? You like identify yourself as an African American?
Hell yeah.
But how do that make? Okay, so where in Africa did we come from, man?
Where in Africa did you come from?
Like, why? Okay, so why is it that all the other like nationalities, they have their specific place from where they from? Like, you got a Mexican from Mexico, you got a Ethiopian from Ethiopia, etc.
Do you not remember like slavery and stuff? That's probably why we don't. What?
Yeah, but that shit before that, everybody know
I'm
exactly.
fucking Asian.
everybody know exactly where they came from,
I don't get
other
it.
than our people though, and you don't find that like you just gonna call yourself an African American because that's what.
Hold on a second. You can just say it out loud. What?
Right. Ethiopia isn't Africa. Africa is an entire continent. So how you gonna say we come from Africa,
Yeah,
just the
but
majority of the whole Africa, but you're not gonna
he's asking me
specifically say where you
why
from?
don't black people know where they come from? And you're saying what? Asian American, Mexican American, what? Hello? I don't know if you knew what you were trying to ask, but maybe I'm being slow. I don't know what you're trying to say, but yeah. You're specifically asking like why don't we know where we're from because we're black, right?
I'm saying like why you just settle for being just called an African American when we get like if you really think about that and everybody else and what they call and where they're from, like that don't make sense to be called an African American.
So you're talking about the
Also,
label specifically.
yeah,
Why would I settle? I don't have a problem with being called African American. Why would I be mad about that?
because we don't come from like our people don't come from Africa, folks. They came through Africa. That was before. And when you read the Bible, like that shit, it starts to click for you. When you read the Bible, like, do you believe in what you reading though? Because we would obviously you don't, but like when you read the Bible and you read scripture, like what do you think though about that, about the stuff that's written in the Bible? Period.
When it comes to race, I'm not putting two and two together. I don't see why what the Bible has to do with. Also, I want to let you know I'm an invalid when it comes to history. So if there's some passage in the Bible that describes where we came from, black people specifically, and it wasn't Africa, I probably wouldn't have picked up on that at all because I didn't see that. What book is this in? I've read Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus out of the Old Testament. If it's not in one of those, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, yeah, it's in the Old Testament and the New Testament though. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why you gotta, get your knowledge up though.
I don't see what's wrong. I mean, I did my 23andMe and I'm 72% Nigerian. So, I mean, I think African American is a pretty fair assessment. I don't have an issue with that.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's personal. I mean, I can't bash you for not having an issue on that, but like personally, I wouldn't just want to be called something I'm not. I would want to know, like, you don't ever like look into your actual history.
I mean, I think me doing the 23andMe and it's saying I'm Nigerian. Nigeria's in Africa, so I mean, and I'm in America. What else would I be called? You know, like what term should I ask for instead? Nigerian American?
Oh man, that's what I'm saying. They come with understanding for you. Gotta understand.
Yeah, if the majority of my genealogy comes from Africa and I was born in America, I can't think of a more fitting title than African American. Like that shit makes a lot of sense to be called an African American. What is the alternate? Is there an alternative option that makes more sense?
Well, let me rephrase, because like for me, I can't say for you because I don't know like what all you mixed with and shit, because you say you 72 part Nigerian or whatever. But I know a good part, like portions that I can identify, black people, we didn't come from Africa. Like I'm telling you, gang, like you gotta read your Bible. That's what I'm saying. And when you read it, it's not supposed to be like an interpretation of the Bible to each individual who reading it or what they think about it. You're supposed to understand it because it's written a certain way and written how it is for a reason.
Are you one of those people that use the terms interstand?
Interesting. Hell, I don't even know what that fucking means.
All right, bet, because I fucking hate when people do. But yeah, I mean, I guess I can't lie. I'm probably not gonna look into it, but that was interesting, I guess.
But why not though? Like, so for the rest of your days living, like you just think we just here just to work and fucking.
I mean, I think it's more so because history is like the most boring subject of all time for me. So like, if I go into it and look into the history of like what?
they don't be including the whole history. Like a lot of what we learned in school growing up and stuff. That's what they teach us about. Like, and the only
Yeah, I mean, even when we were in school learning about history, I didn't give a fuck. Even if it was wrong, like I didn't give a fuck. I just did what I had to do to pass the class and kept it moving. But like history does not interest me even a little bit. Like I really dislike history a lot. I will fall asleep very fast.
I feel you. But okay, so looking towards the future. Then you ever heard like of the abomination of desolation?
The abomination of defamation?
Abomination of desolation.
No, what is that?
That's who gonna sit in the holy place. Who built when they built the third temple in Jerusalem? The Pope. They think he's a godly man. He's not a godly man, and it say that in the Bible. Like the Western European Union, they all gonna run this shit.
I don't think he's a godly man either, because I don't think God exists. So we agree on that one.
I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to like, cause you just at like you where you at with your perspective on life. I'm where I'm at, but the best thing I can say is just try to get like, read more. Really, that's all I can say. Read your Bible more, cause you will find out a lot. Like it's a whole lot, and I can't even get into really everything I want to get into because I'm stuck on the basics.
Yeah. Yeah, I do need to brush up on some history. I really strongly don't want to though, but yeah, I should. I will at some point.
For sure. Yeah, that's all I have to say though. Thanks for having me on.
All right, I appreciate you. All right, I'll tap the screen. Let's get to 20K likes. 20K likes. If you want to support me, all the Cash App and shit is in my bio, and follow my backup in case I get banana. It's TCB backup. 5 VA. I'll bring you up next. Every time I'm about to bring you up, and every time somebody sends a gift to come up first. So my bad, bro. If you send a gift, I'll bring you up first. This dude might not even load in. So, and brush up on science, but watching Vor's TikTok live right now. I love Vor to death. Like he is such a sweet person, but people in the scientific community despise him, bro. Like, cause he says some things, and yeah, they don't. If I am gonna learn science from anyone, it won't be him. But I love him, but it won't be him. Okay, synergy, energy. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Cosmic Beauty.
Fuck, I really need to change my name. It's so corny. I need to change it, but if I change it, nobody will know like who I am because everybody knows me by this name now. But yeah, I need to change it. But hey, how are you? I'm good.
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for bringing me on your platform.
Of course, yeah, no problem. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I've been in here for probably 10 minutes, and I just was watching why, people with different perspective, and I heard what you said about being atheist. Yeah, if you don't mind, I just shared my testimony.
I'm so sorry.
No?
I don't do testimonies anymore.
Okay, then what? Okay, so what can am I asking you questions or proving why Christianity is what it is? Like, what's going on?
I got a big ass head. I'm sorry. It says ask me anything. You can ask me anything.
Ask me anything. So why? So you said that you were angry at the world and you stopped believing. Do you mind sharing with us why you stopped believing in God?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. I just decided, how when you're a kid, you want to be cool and you want to just be different and you want to, I don't know, just, I guess, seek attention. I don't know. I was in middle school and I was just like, you know what? I don't even think God's real. It was one of those type of situations. And as I got older and actually started looking into it, do I actually think this? I ended up actually agreeing with myself, even though I came to the conclusion for an emotional reason. Eventually, once I did look into it, I genuinely did not believe God exists.
So what would it take for you to come back to Christianity? What would need to be done or said? Or what, would you need an encounter with Jesus, or would you need physical proof? You say yeah.
So if it's just like to believe that there's a God in general, any type of supernatural encounter would convince me. If it's Christianity specifically, it would have to be some supernatural encounter with something that, or Jesus, or an angel that says Jesus is real, or something like that would push me towards, oh, the supernatural is occurring because of Christianity and the Christian God's existence. Does that make sense?
That's true. Yes. So if you were to ask, have you ever asked God, like, okay, are you real? Prove it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't done anything. He didn't make a move. He didn't give you the encounter that you was looking for.
No, I mean, apparently you're not supposed to do that. But the Christians can never agree on shit. Don't nobody know what's going on.
You know what? There's a difference between real Christians and lukewarm. I feel like a lot of
say that too.
Yeah, no,
Everybody
seriously.
For real though. Every Christian that doesn't agree with the next Christian, that person's a lukewarm Christian. Well, it's really funny how it works out from like, if you're not a believer, watching y'all fight is the funniest shit in the world, because y'all don't know what the fuck is going on either.
Well, everything and the knowledge that I get is from God himself, because there was a time voodoo is in my bloodline. I'm Haitian, and I grew up with some stuff going on. I don't know if it's appropriate for TikTok, and I grew up with those same things, getting into sage, crystals, all the new age crazy stuff.
Y'all, I'm so sorry. I gotta restart. I just vaped on the live. I didn't expect for the inhale to come out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just all came out of my nose. I wasn't ready for. I was eating.
It was
and
a
I
sneeze,
forgot.
TikTok. It was a sneeze. It wasn't no smoke.
Nah, they gonna get my ass. I gotta restart. I'll give y'all a second to follow me really quick if you want to come back. If you just go on my page and like refresh the live, I'll be right back in 2 seconds. But yeah, if you want to come back, I'll bring you up first. I'll give y'all a second, but I'm gonna end it as soon as 30 seconds is up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sis.
No, it's okay.
I need to stop eating these apples while I'm vaping. All right, I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay.
I can. Every time I call his name, his love rains down on me. Oh, fuck me, bro. I gotta chill with the vaping. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay.
Thank you for bringing me back, girl.
Yeah, we back.
Okay. Yeah, this is really a thing. Lukewarm and being fully walking with the spirit is two different things. And I used to be lukewarm in the beginning of my walk, which has been for 5 years. I've only been Christian for 5 years.
I'm not gonna lie, I do think all Christians are lukewarm. I mean, for me personally, it's like I knew for a fact that hell was real, like hell, actual hell. I don't see why I'd be sinning ever.
You said you believe that hell is real?
No, I said if I believed that hell was a real place, I don't think I would be sinning.
Okay.
I think if you guys know that God exists and you guys know that the temptations are there, but you should resist them, because eternal damnation, not just 5 seconds of gratification from whatever sin you're about to commit, but eternal damnation from that 5 seconds of gratification. I don't understand.
Well, hell is only the absence of God. Hell is just not being with God, being away from his shelter, his protection, and his dwelling place. That's one thing that I learned. It's a walk, and there's Christians who do the most. I'm not gonna hold you. I've seen it. I've been there. And
I don't know. I mean, there's the people that think hell is the torture and suffering and burning. There's people that are annihilationists. I think you just stop existing, and that's hell. Or there's people like yourself. I think hell is just a separation from God. Either way, if I thought that was real, either whatever version y'all can't agree on. If I thought it was real, I wouldn't be moving the same way.
Well, it is a place, but that place is just a separation of hell. I mean, separation of God.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, of course, I don't think that that's true.
Yeah, of course.
If I did think it was true, I would not be moving the way I see even the purest of Christians move. If anything, I'd probably lock myself in a room until I died so I'd make sure I wouldn't sin ever again or something. Like, I would take it to the extreme. Because eternity is a long time, y'all.
A very long time. And I honestly felt like I had the same, thought process you had. I didn't fully go atheist. It was a point I was about to, because I was like, God, are you real? Are you really real? If you're real, why are we going through this? Why am I hurting? Why am I so angry? Because growing up, since I can remember, I was being essayed up until I was 12. So I was mad at everybody, everything, my family, God. Like, why would you do this to me? Like, why would you bring me all the way down here just to do this? Right? So...
yeah, if he's real, I don't know why he thought this was a good idea. It's a terrible plan.
And you know what? I was questioning him. But then I had to remember his ways is not our ways and his thoughts is not our thoughts. I'm like, okay, so then what is it? And I had to go through a series of searching. All right, show me. If you are real, then I'll stop everything and I'll believe. When I tell you, I started throwing away crystals. I started throwing away my incense, my sage. I'm talking about real witchy stuff. I've seen some crazy stuff. I'm not going to put it on here, but if you know, you know. And
I mean, at least he responded to you. Shit, you're taking a sweet time with me.
You gotta, like, because what I did was I really asked. Like, I really, like, got on my knees and I was like, really show me, like, because I was towards the verge of the ending myself. So I don't know.
If that's all it takes, then I don't know why it didn't work for me when I did the exact same thing.
You say you didn't work? I feel like give him some time. Because the way he moves,
what the fuck is he being mysterious for? What is he waiting for?
What? He's real funny like that. God is real funny like that. And I don't know how to explain it to you. I don't know how to explain it to you. How he is, and I don't think I have time to, but just to be real with you, I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to do any of that. I just really enjoyed your platform, and I thank you for giving us Christians a platform to come up and speak and talk to you, and you not shit on them and downgrade them like, oh, so what? This is that and the third. Your chat.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I will shit on a Christian very quickly if they come up with that type of energy.
That's not your first intention to do that, though. Okay, correct. I'm pretty sure you do it to people who are actually ignorant in the faith and who claim to be Christian and they're really not. It's lukewarm is a real thing, Somebody say you don't believe in Christ, you don't believe in God. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna ignore the chat for now. But
yeah, it'd be like that. But yeah, did you want to talk about anything else?
Before we got off live, I was asking you, like, what would it take for you to want to change your mind? And
yeah.
Before I get off, is there anything that you would want me to pray for you about?
If God is real, he's all-knowing. He knows what we want and what we need before we even make the prayer. So I don't see the point.
So the thing with that, he's not going to just do it. You have to want it on your end, because the type of God that...
Yeah, but when I did want it, it still didn't work. So I don't see the point.
What were you looking for? You were looking for your desire. You was looking for him to answer or give you something that you thought you wanted. But the way he works is he give you what is in his will and his desire.
Hold on. Somebody in the chat has been looking for attention, and I'm just going to give it to them. Ryan, I know that my teeth look bad. Hey, I'm still better than your bitch. I still look better than your mom. I still look better than your sister. Unfortunately for me, my teeth look fucked up and I look better than you, and you would probably still hit. So, yeah, I think if you can talk about my teeth as much as you want, it's not going to change anything.
Your teeth are fine. Whoever Ryan is, that's
my
rude.
teeth are a little fucked up. Like, look at the gap. It's pretty bad, but it's literally fine. Ever since I talked about my teeth on my last live, he's been spamming look at the teeth as if I didn't bring up my teeth. Like
you didn't know about it.
I saw the comments, and I'm still very confident. I don't know what you want from me. If you want to cash at me, or if you would like to perhaps Venmo me, Ryan, to get my teeth fixed, go ahead and do that. Right? Yeah. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. That's a good idea.
Send some gift, Ryan. Send some gifts.
Send some gifts, Ryan. Put your money where your teeth are. I'll donate. You'll donate.
Somebody said so cringe. Venus, baby girl. Let's go to Venus. Give her no time because
no, I mean, if Ryan is just giving constructive criticism while also adding some money to the fund to fix it, this constructive criticism, we can be friends. I'm cool with that. You can say as much as you want. Go ahead and Venmo it first, though. Anyways, we can. What were you saying before that happened?
I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to, get my little 30 coins worth.
I didn't mean to derail you.
But I really do believe that, that God answered you for whatever you needed. Go in your heart and search you and give you what your heart truly desires. And, I'm sorry that you were let down. And I hope that you build your own relationship with God, because that's what I had to do. I didn't go to a church to go build, because I was like, Because before I became Christian, I was Catholic and all this stuff that my family was doing. I just pray that you get your own relationship with him, because I did some illegal stuff, like illegal spiritual stuff that, we probably don't have time to talk about, and which was at least one of them forcing my third eye open. And that's very demonic. We're supposed to, I don't want to get, it's a lot, but I just pray that you get, some understanding. You change your mind about having a relationship with God, so he can show you what is real and what is not, and not what other people are saying and experiences that they, illegal. It's not, I didn't say illegal spiritual. I said I access some stuff illegally.
Just ignore the chat.
Okay.
Whoever, hold on, somebody, 1 second. I need.
I did say that, Damon. I was. Catholic and Christian is two different things. Yeah, I did say that. Well, with Catholicism, they make you worship Mary. I went through communion, confirmation, everything.
Oh, right. To Abundance, whoever that was. Ryan, if that was you, Abundance sent me $5. I appreciate you for sending me that $5. Ryan, if that was you, I'm going to need a little bit more than $5 to fix my teeth, pal. So go ahead and send some more. I'll wait, though.
Stop yapping.
I'll wait. But if it was just a random person sending it, I appreciate you very, very much. Oh, it was you? All right, let me follow you back. I appreciate it. But yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about, ma'am?
No, that's all. Thank you. And your chat is so bitter. I'm gonna pray for all of y'all, and I rebuke. But yeah, thank you, girl. Have a good one.
Of course, have a good one. I appreciate you. There's nothing wrong with my teeth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but I mean, I personally don't like them. So if I can get it fixed, why not? Hi, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it.
No problem. I got Apple blocked, so I couldn't send you nothing through TikTok. So that's how I was
Cash App is better anyways. TikTok takes like fucking all of it, damn near.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand any of it. But I just wanted to say that you were saying that you feel like God never sent you a sign. I think this platform could possibly be the sign. I don't know. I wanted to ask though, do you have, like, everybody has something they're trying to heal from. Do you have like anything you do for your own personal healing journey?
The only thing I think I really need to heal from is like health issues.
Okay. I asked that because I feel like when people see that you say you don't believe in Christianity, they automatically put you in the bad person category. And I don't think that. I think we all have our own journey, like our own way that we have to go through life.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. If they think that, they can have it. Well, I can be that bad person if they'd like. But yeah, I mean, I don't really care if that's what they assume. You know, it's a controversial topic and it's an emotional topic. So when you're signing up to talk publicly about these things, you're pretty much signing up to be demolished online. So, you know, it's just a side effect. It is what it is. It happens. It's understandable, though. I mean, imagine if something you believed with your whole heart was true and somebody was just saying, like, nah, that shit's cap. I'd probably be a little mad, too, so I'll blame them.
I'm not. I don't think that. I don't know. I feel like if you, like you just said, if you really do believe that that's true with all your heart and soul, can't nobody tell you that it's not. Not you.
Yeah, but okay, you might be the outlier. But can you take your perspective out of it and put yourself in their shoes to understand why it would make them upset?
Only if you have something that you're trying to prove with that. Like you're using that as an excuse for something else. To me, anyway. I feel like I'm not going to get too like I can agree to disagree. It's not going to offend me that much that you don't believe it because that's not my... People say, you know, if you
I
don't
understand why you feel that way, but like... And I feel the same way.
Right.
But I can also understand why the next person would be offended by this. You know, I don't care. Don't get me wrong, I don't give a fuck, because I'm gonna still go live. But like, I can get why they would be offended.
Yeah.
Even if I personally wouldn't, I could see why they'd be upset.
I get it. It just doesn't click for me, kind of. It doesn't make that much sense because, again, it's like, of course I want you to believe, but it's not my journey. It's not for me to, you know? Yeah. And it's very interesting to hear you talk and everybody ask you questions and see how unbothered you are. I really love it.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. We love a good ego boost every now and then. This was refreshing.
Oh, well, yeah, that's all. I just kind of wanted to ask about.
Well, I appreciate you. I followed you back, too.
Okay, have a good night.
You too. All right, chat. Venus, I'm doing one-on-ones today, but I made you mod. So, my mod rules. Don't block anyone that's being rude. Allow them to say whatever the fuck they want to say. You can say mean things, nice things. But if they are spamming, mute them. You can warn them if you feel like it. If you warn them and they continue to spam, block their ass, right? If you don't feel like warning them, just mute them, and that's fine. And even if it's a nice comment, if they're spamming nice comments, tell them to stop. I fucking hate spamming more than anything. Like, spamming just pisses me off. It could be the nicest thing in the world that you're spamming, I'll still mute you. So, yeah, those are the rules for my mods. Of course, you don't have to be here all the time to do it or anything, but it's an option. Yeah. Hi. Didn't we talk
Damn, that shit crazy. It's me again.
Oh, yeah, why you request again when you know you're a child? This happened yesterday. Oh, and hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Round 2. What do you want to talk about today?
I heard you talking to a gentleman earlier about the possibilities of canceling. Sorry. If we took Christianity, the religions out and everything, what do we have left to go off? I think it was 2 guests before the last one. Remember? Mm-hmm. I think he has a solid point, because what do we as a society have to go off, you know, as far as like, because we've seen the attempt for that atheism did through communism, China, and communism. It was bad. The millions of people that was unalive.
Yeah, I mean, with that guest, I think he somewhat implemented what he thinks atheists feel onto me, and then like made me argue for a position I don't hold. But playing devil's advocate a little bit, I guess. I do think if we right now took religion out as a whole, but still had the same moral obligations, such as like don't murder, don't rape, don't steal, like stuff like that, I genuinely don't think we need Jesus to make those laws, keep those laws implemented. I think we'd be fine. But do I think religion has helped in the sense of like moral obligations in the past to get to where we are now, yeah, sure. I don't disagree with that. So, I don't know. He was like trying to explain something about the way I felt, but I didn't even really feel that way. It was weird.
Oh, I see. Something interesting. Music, the subject of music, right? I believe music has a bigger part of life than we like to acknowledge. Throughout history, from generation to generation, we can go all the way back. Music has always been an essential part of existence, and it will continue to be so. It will continue to be so. Now, when it comes to songs, no other entity known recorded in history has ever been sung about more than Jesus, God. This is from the Christian perspective, because Christians believe that Jesus is God. And like, if we trace back all the way back to as far back as there's no other entity being sung about or sung to, and I believe it will not stop. It has continued from different languages, different different tongues, different generations, and it will still go on. Because to this day, like even with the amount of proof we have and the evidence we have, we literally can see that no one has ever been sung about or sung to, or music has been created for more than Jesus or God. There's no music about.
Why would I care about that though?
No. My point is the human spirit or the human soul at its deepest, the highest form of creativity, like an adoration for something. Adoration for something. It's clearly from generation to generation, for some reason, the human spirit has always been driven in the majority of existence to create for God more than anybody else. Like if you just go back and and look at all the manuscripts and all the writings of songs, and because music is huge. Like you can't live life without music. That's such a big part. You can name any entity. Buddha, Allah, Thor.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. The viewers are tanking. What is the point of this specifically?
My point is, the gentleman that brought the earlier subject, which I referred to. What is the betterment for society if we leave out the ancient, like the good things that we have to conserve? Like I know that we have to conserve throughout human, like love. We still have to conserve love because it's such an ancient tradition, but it's still the one that works, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so we still have to conserve that which is good. We have to do away.
Okay.
We have to do away with that which is not good. And when the reason why I bring up this, because within the human soul, like at the end of the day, we are only going to be driven to do for what we believe as the most beneficial thing for us. So That is why humanity has always, the evidence lies, has always created for God musically, because that's where their adoration lies, and that's where the hope lies, and that's where.
Yeah, that makes sense. If people believe in God, it makes sense that they would make songs about him. So. But
it seems as though it's the majority, like.
Yeah, the majority of the human population believes in God, so that makes sense as well.
Which is evidence for that there must be something good there.
I don't know about evidence that there must be something good. I mean,
it has to be. Come on.
I think good is subjective, but cool. I don't think it adds any validity to Christianity. This is just a black and white ad populum fallacy.
I mean, Christianity is another topic that, I'm just talking about the existence of the creator, the one that every human being from generation to generation has always seemed to gravitate to writing their best songs for and to. No one is singing
Hey, I
about
don't know about that, man. I think some of the best songs, unfortunately, some of the best songs are about sex and.
Yeah, but I'm talking about entity. I'm talking about a person. Like nobody has no other name. No other name is sung about more than Jesus Christ or God. That's what I'm referring to from the perspective.
Yeah, I mean, that literally logically follows considering the majority of people believe in Christianity. And
But from
the
generation, I'm talking
majority
about
of
from-
people that make music usually make music about things that are emotional or has something to do with what they believe or what makes them feel good. So yeah, I don't think that this adds any validity to there being a God, though. I think people just like to sing about what they like.
But even before Christianity, like the songs in, like if you trace back all the music, there's been more songs about God. Because remember, people
Well,
didn't
you
know
can just
about
apply the same standard to that. It doesn't have to be Christian. It could just be God. If most people believe in God, and then a lot of these people write songs, what do you think they're going to write about?
But that's what I'm saying. Like there's no other name. Or like when Jesus came and he told us.
So it is
that
about
he
Christianity. Is it about Christianity or not? I'm confused.
No, it's about who Christ claimed to be. That's my the whole.
Okay, well then we'll go back to the other one. It makes sense that they would write these songs about Christ and who he claimed to be because they believe in Christ.
Yeah, and what my point is, before he came to declare that or to pay the price for our sin by dying on the cross, before he did that, people were already singing about God, right? But now that he has, according to the Bible, there was a time when God kept things secret, and now it's a time to reveal himself at the right time. Woo! From now until whenever he returns, according to the Bible, this pattern of music and worship and adoration towards him will not stop by the looks of it. It's still, and his name is going to be above like the top 10. Like there's no one even close to the second place. Like people that are asking in the chat for evidence of this, you can look up the evidence yourself. Like it's not hidden. There's songs out there. The music is out there.
Yeah, I don't think that's evidence at all, but hey.
You don't think the music is evidence?
Nope. Do I think music is evidence is a crazy fucking... Of course I don't think music is evidence.
You don't think it is? That's the highest form of creativity that the human race is. Okay, well, for all of the human creators of music that have been given that ability to create music, right? Why is that ability... like for the majority of humanity have always been towards God. Like they've always sung and created about God, Jesus more than anything else or anyone else.
I don't even know if that's fucking true. That sounds like cat. But let's just say that it is true. Are you saying, let me ask you this though. Are you saying because a lot of people believed in God and sung about God, that's evidence that God exists?
No. What I'm saying is that is evidence of something.
No.
Yes, it is.
Strongly disagree. So if everybody started making music about fucking Zeus, do you think that would be evidence that Zeus exists? Do you hear me speaking?
How many songs about Zeus do you know?
Is this thing working? Hello? Can y'all hear this?
Who sings about Zeus?
Chat, is my mic working?
But who sings about Zeus though?
Oh, so you could hear me that whole time? You were just talking over me?
No, I'm asking who sings about Zeus.
Yeah, so I don't think you heard me. I said if everyone was singing about Zeus because they believed in Zeus, would that mean that Zeus exists?
But nobody is.
Okay, answer the question. Engage with the hypothetical.
The evidence will always gravitate towards the truth.
Okay, that wasn't the question either, so I'll just restate it again. This is a hypothetical situation. Obviously, this is not reality. It's a hypothetical. If everybody was singing about Zeus because they believed in Zeus, does that mean Zeus exists?
But that's not real, though. Everyone is singing about Jesus.
Do you know what a hypothetical is?
But Jesus being sung about is not hypothetical.
Do you know what a hypothetical is?
Jesus being sung about is not hypothetical. That's my point. It's real.
Do you hear the question I'm asking you? Do you know what a hypothetical is?
And I'm answering you. The fact that people sing about Jesus for generations is not hypothetical. I don't have to go to hypothetical.
Do you know what a hypothetical is?
That is why I'm answering you the way I am, to prove that I know what hypothetical is.
So the answer is yes.
Huh?
So the answer is yes.
Is what?
Do you know what a hypothetical is? You're about to piss me off. Do you know what a hypothetical is?
Hey, calm down. I'm on your side against that Ryan guy, though. Tell the Ryan guy.
But do you know what a hypothetical is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you know a hypothetical is not real. It's a made up situation. It's not real.
People sing about Jesus more than anyone.
Situation, and then you say, okay, but that's not real. No shit. It's a hypothetical. It's not supposed to be real. It's a thought experiment. Literally just thought experiment to see if you're consistent in your line of reasoning. So right now you think because people sing about Jesus and they've been doing it for a long ass time, it's evidence that Jesus exists. So I'm like, okay, would you hold to that same standard of truth if everybody was singing about Zeus? Would Zeus exist now? But you can't engage in this hypothetical because it's not real life. Well, you know a hypothetical is not real life. That obviously is not real. It's a hypothetical.
But no one is singing about Zeus.
Obviously, that's why it's a hypothetical, because no one is singing about Zeus, and hypotheticals are not real life. So yes, no one is singing about Zeus. That's precisely what makes it hypothetical. It's hypothetical. It's not real.
But in real life,
now that we know it's not real, let's pretend as though it is real. Pretend. Let's just pretend it's a hypothetical. Pretend it is real for a second. If everybody was singing about Zeus, even though they're not, because it's a hypothetical, don't forget. If everyone was singing about Zeus and they're not, would you say that that is proof that Zeus exists?
Hey, someone in the comments is saying I'm too intellectually dishonest. But are you intellectually honest to admit that people sing more about Jesus than anyone else? Can you admit that?
Did you hear anything I just said, or were you reading the chat the whole time?
Well, because they're writing towards me, so I have to kind of read what they're saying. So I'm saying is...
Okay, so if I'm talking to you, are you going to listen, or are you just going to read chat? Like, because did you hear anything I just said?
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. Well, then go ahead and answer the question, and then I'll answer yours.
Even the songs about Santa Claus, doesn't come with nowhere near about that amount of songs.
Hey, you're about to piss me off. Answer the question, and then we can talk about anything else after you answer the question.
Okay, your question is if we sang about Zeus. Is that what it is? Does that mean that Zeus is real? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay. If we sang about Zeus, but we're not.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
We're only singing about Jesus. The name above all names. Doesn't it,
Boy, you are about to piss me the fuck off.
Literally,
You are pissing me off so much right now. If we were... automatically implies that we're not. Obviously, we know nobody's singing about Zeus. Now, let's pretend. Do you know what play pretend is? Let's play pretend. Let's play pretend that everybody's singing about fucking Zeus. Play pretend. Now, if in this pretend world everybody was singing about Zeus, would that mean Zeus is real now?
Oh, because doesn't it make you think when you think about the name above all names, and then you think about any name that's been sung about more than any name in history? Why is it Jesus? Is that a coincidence that the Bible says it's the name above all names, and he has been for generations being sung and adored more than anyone else?
Sir,
isn't that crazy?
You got to be about the dumbest motherfucker I ever talked to in my life. This shit's crazy. Huh? You're confused as to why I think you're dumb?
Come on, man. You cannot deny.
No, seriously, you're probably one of the dumbest people I've ever talked to.
You cannot deny that statement that he's.
I'm not denying it. That's the fucking. Oh my God, I'm not denying it. Do you know what play pretend is? Do you know what play pretend is?
So is there a correlation between the name above all names and the reason why he's been sung about more than anyone else?
Does he not hear me speaking words? Do you know what play pretend is? Did you hear me say that? Did you hear me ask you the question? Do you know what play pretend is? Did you hear me? Hello?
And even
oh my God! Do you know what play pretend is?
I'm not playing pretend, miss. I'm trying to prove.
Do you know what play pretend? Y'all, this shit is crazy. Hey, somebody record this. Do you know what play? I'm not gonna listen. I know y'all want me to drop him. There's no way I cannot drop him. There's no way this is real life. So I'm gonna continue to ask until we get to it. All right.
No,
I'm full blown locked in. So I'm gonna keep asking until he figures it out.
You know, some people are saying what you're saying in the comments.
So we're gonna ask you again. Do you know what play pretend is?
We all know what play pretend is, but we're not pretending about Jesus. We're saying
do you know what play pretend is?
He's the most sung about entity ever.
Do you know what play pretend is?
And that relates to the name above all names.
Do you know what play pretend is?
You know the name above all names?
Do you know what play pretend is?
Jesus Christ.
Do you know what play pretend is?
He's been sung about more than any entity ever in the history of existence. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you know what play pretend is?
And why is that connected to the name above all names? How?
Do you know what play pretend is?
Is it a coincidence that he's the name above all names?
Do you know what play pretend is? He probably don't even know he's muted right now. So usually if someone asks you a question that's a yes or no, you respond with yes or no. Or I don't know. I don't know is even acceptable, right? Do you know what play pretend is?
It sounds like you're just trying to win an argument where you can't accept the fact that Jesus' name is.
Do you know what play pretend is? How the fuck? There's no way you could win an argument because somebody won't answer the question. That's not winning. I'm not winning this argument right now, right? If anything, I'm casting my pearls before fucking swine. All right. Do you know what play pretend is?
Hey, everyone knows what play pretend is. But we're not pretending.
Yes. Do you know how to play pretend?
We're talking about something real, like Jesus' name.
We finally got a yes, y'all. Let's see how long it takes to get the next answer.
Jesus' name
Do you know how to play pretend?
Like, I can't pretend that Jesus' name is not sung about before.
I didn't ask you to. I'm not denying that or refuting that at all. That's not what I'm refuting. So it seems like you're just not tracking.
Thank you for admitting that.
I never denied it. I never denied it. I don't know why you feel like I needed to admit that when I never denied it, right? Is there a
connection between that and the name above all names?
Hello. Now that I can admit that, can you act like a normal human and play pretend for 2 seconds?
Okay, let's play pretend. Let's go.
Oh my fucking god, cool. So now that we're playing pretend and you know what a hypothetical is now, apparently.
Let's go.
Hypothetically speaking, if everyone was singing about Zeus, then that's not happening. People are not doing this. People are singing about Jesus, right? Cool. Let's pretend if they were singing about Zeus, would that mean Zeus exists now?
Nope.
Correct. Great. I apply that same line of reasoning to Jesus. So everybody's singing about Jesus in real life. This isn't even hypothetical anymore. This is real life. Everybody's singing about Jesus. I don't think that means he's real.
Yeah,
you see how easy that was? Wow! We need to get a round of applause.
But nobody's singing about Zeus. We're living in reality. Everyone's singing about Jesus. You know what I mean? Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
You know, everyone's singing about Jesus.
5th grade level of education, y'all. Damn, I did my good deed for the day.
No one is singing about Zeus, only Jesus. That's real.
Correct. Nobody's singing about Zeus, only Jesus. I agree with you there.
Now there's a correlation between the name above all names. Now that we know that,
hello. Now, hear me out though. Listen to what I'm saying, because I know you're.
Doesn't it make you think?
I know you're hearing what I'm saying, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
you're not
everyone. Oh my fucking god! What happened to slow to speak? What happened to that?
I don't think you're listening.
Everyone is singing about Jesus. I agree with you. Everyone is singing about Jesus. I do not think that means he's real because people are singing about fucking Jesus.
Who else are they singing about? Who else are they singing about in the scale that they're singing about Jesus? Who?
Yeah, nobody, and I still don't think that means he's real. I don't think that means he's real. I still don't think that means he's real. I still don't think that means he's real.
Evidence will always flow towards the truth. Like how you level up water,
I still don't think that means he's real.
It'll always level up.
I still don't think that means he's real.
That's on you. You could be hypothetical about life if you want, but I'm talking about reality.
That this is real life. People are actually singing about Jesus, and I still don't think he's real. I don't think he's real because people sing about him. What the fuck?
No, but that's
the dumbest
evidence.
shit
That's
I've ever heard in my life. If singing about someone a lot throughout history was proof of something, everyone would be Christian. Dumbass. Not everybody's Christian though, just because people are singing about him for a long time, a lot throughout history.
It's a big.
Your standard of truth is how much songs are being made. That's your standard of truth. That's beautiful. We love that. Hey,
it's a big clue.
Oh my fucking god! I'm sorry, Chad. I won't do that again. But that was crazy. Like, can we be for real? Like, let's actually talk about it. Can we be for real? That shit is that was the most delusional shit I've ever. I'm gonna get banned. I'm definitely gonna get banned. And since I'm gonna get banned, I might as well say exactly what's on my mind. That motherfucker was cooked. Like, imagine you determine what's true in life based off of the level of the amount of songs made. Hey, gravity can't be real. People weren't singing about it. People weren't singing about gravity, so gravity's not real, guys. But you know who they were singing about? They were singing about Jesus. So Jesus gots to be real. People weren't singing about the sun. The sun can't possibly be real because the sun isn't being sung about. How can we sit here and believe the sun exists when nobody wrote a song about the sun? Like, y'all really believing in the sun because it's right in fucking front of you, but you believe in that even though nobody made a song about it? That is, I can't even begin to comprehend how you can believe something if there's no songs. Like, I gotta restart because I'm gonna get banned because he was a fucking dumbass. This motherfucker in the chat saying, I've got sunshine. This can't be. All right, as nobody made as many songs about the sun as they did Jesus. So I don't know why you believe in the sun. That shit is crazy to me. You can't possibly believe in the sun. Nobody made that many songs about it. So I don't know. Hello, what's up?
Hey, I'm back on, and let me read 15 verses for you if you'd let me.
15 is crazy. I just started the live. If we start the live with 15 verses, my viewers are going to tank.
A minute and a half.
Up in like 20 minutes.
A minute and a half, all right? That's all I was going to take.
I'll bring you up in like 20 minutes. Cannot start the live off with 15 verses. Nobody's going to stay in here, pal.
I would just like to say that Allah loves you and He guides you with His infinite mercy. But yeah, bye.
You know, I think a lot of people, Christians specifically, like, they don't like to call themselves Christians because they think that that will deter people from believing in God or something because they call themselves a Christian. If there's anything that pisses us off, is saying Allah loves you or Jesus loves you or Yahweh loves you. Like, shut the fuck up. we don't think that person exists. So you telling us he loves us, you're like literally telling us fucking Thanos loves you. Like, what? Like, we don't believe they exist. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm struggling, man. It was a rough start today.
Yes.
Dumbasses up here earlier saying that Jesus is real because people sung songs about him.
Yeah.
So I had to restart because I had to promptly cuss his ass out. But anyways, what did you want to talk about specifically?
Well, first and foremost, I don't knock anyone for their beliefs. Your beliefs are your belief. I personally do believe in God and Yeshua, and I do believe that they are very real. And I can say that because I've had my own personal experiences with them. And what
do you say to the people that have had like personal experiences with Zeus or?
I don't know about
I was on a live and
I don't know
it was
about
actually kind of
Zeus.
crazy.
I can give
like
you
if your personal experiences validate a God's existence, I don't see why their personal experiences wouldn't validate Zeus's existence.
I mean, I don't know about their experiences. I can give you my experiences to validate what I've gone through and when I've called out to him and he's shown up for me. So
Yeah,
that's
no, I'm just asking, like, if you apply that same standard of.
I mean, if that's what they believe, then I believe that anything is possible. I believe in
No, I'm not
rainbows,
saying. I'm
unicorns.
asking, do you? My fault. My phone went to 20%. I'm asking, do you think it's justified for them to believe in Zeus?
If that's what they believe.
All
Yeah,
right,
if that, you know,
shit is dangerous.
that's how I live my life. I don't knock anyone for their beliefs. I was at a point too where I did not believe. I was married. My husband, he didn't believe in the Bible. He didn't believe in any of that, you know. And I was going along with what I was following my husband. I was still at the point where, you know, I did pray, but I did not believe. You know, I'm like, okay, well, is God real? So, you know, I didn't believe in God per se, but I was more spiritual, which I'm still not religious. I don't go to
Do you
church.
think that? I'm sorry to cut you off. Do you think that Jesus or God or whatever it is? Do you think that they want a relationship with everyone?
I think that they want a relationship, most definitely. I don't think they want you to be religious. I don't even think that they want you to live your life as such as like, oh, you have to be a goody two shoes. You have to stop drinking, smoking, listen to secular music.
No. It's fine. I mean, to be fair, if you're saying that you have a relationship with a God, that is religion by definition. But yeah. So if God wants to have a relationship with all of us, why does He make it so hard to engage in this relationship? Like, for instance, there's some people, some atheists that have these testimonies, which is why I don't listen to testimonies, because it just sounds like cat. But like, they have these testimonies where God will just appear to them out of nowhere. They didn't pray, they didn't ask for anything at all. He just appeared, and all of a sudden, boom. But then you got atheists like me that have actually tried to reach out to this God or whatever. And then if he wants a relationship so bad, why is he leaving people undelivered? Why not just respond? Especially if it's about free will and stuff. Well, I use my free will to reach out to this being that wants a relationship with us more than anything, and then he just doesn't text back. It doesn't sound like he wants a relationship with everybody.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I completely understand. And I wonder that as well. But, you know, me, I can't speak for him and why he does it, why he chooses who he chooses. Like, and I wonder sometimes why he chose me and to show up for me. You know, I asked, you know, when you asked why he didn't show up for you, when you asked for him to show up for you, I was like, well, why did he not show up for her and he showed up for me? I wonder that as well. But it's just not your timing is what I say. It's just you have to go through certain things in life for him to show up for you. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And it's just like, it's not your time for him to choose you. And
I don't know, like, if somebody, I don't know, if this is an all good, all loving God, I don't see why there would be any reason to postpone a relationship with your creator. It's not your time. It's not your time to be with the creator of your entire being and existence. It's not your time. What? The fuck? What is he waiting for?
I just feel like it's certain things, certain experiences you have to go through in life. Like my personal story, I've been through a whole lot. Like, and I have proof to back up a lot of my testimonies that I tell you about. I can back up what I say. I have a lot of proof. Like, I literally was pregnant and I cried, and by a guy who was in a relationship, and I cried out to God, like, not even, you know, he said he was going to leave his girlfriend, this, that, and the other, then claimed he wasn't going to leave, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I already had 3 kids, just got divorced. It was one of those relationships. I was broken, didn't know what I was going to do. And I literally cried out to God that night. And I'm like, God, I don't know what to do. You know, I don't believe in abortions, but I can't do this with 4 kids by myself, you know. But God, he also gives us the right to decide. And he most definitely has a sense of humor. So I cried out to God literally that night in my bed. And I kid you not, that same night I woke up hemorrhaging, bleeding, and I had to go to the hospital. And I have paperwork, proof to prove this.
Wait, he killed the baby?
Hold on. Not only did he kill the baby, but I was pregnant with twins.
Yo,
so
hey,
one survived and one died.
A double homicide. That is crazy. Okay, hold on, pause. I gotta think about this. So one, I have many. I'm very. One, why did you have to damn near die? Why did you have to go get to your lowest of low places for him to finally reach out? That does
Because
not sound like an all good
that's when
God.
he wants us to
I mean,
reach
you would
out
think
to
like
help.
if an all good God really wants to have a relationship with you, you wouldn't need to get so low to the point where you're crying out for anything just to just help. Like, imagine if somebody you looked up to and that you loved and that claimed to love you unconditionally only responded to you when you were about to die.
No, that's not the only time, but that's the most
That's
recent.
crazy. But then two, wait, but pause. Two, I don't understand. If you're not willing to get an abortion, I don't know why you kept having sex. Two, why are you not willing to get an abortion when God gave you one? Like, he literally gave you an abortion. That's crazy. And two of them. What? How?
No. I was still pregnant. I was still pregnant with the one baby.
So he aborted one of them.
Yes. So, and I did not know it was twins. I did not know it was twins. So I was still pregnant with the one baby. And so that is why I say that is why, and so that's why it was my fault. I knew the consequences of having unprotected sex. I knew that what would happen when you have unprotected sex. I know what could happen, so that was my fault. That is why he gives us a choice of free will. It was my choice to go out there and have unprotected sex with someone who lied about being in a relationship with someone that he decided he was not going to leave. So that was my fault.
I'm so fucking
And
okay. So God gave you an abortion.
He
Are you
wants us to come
pro-choice?
to us.
Are you pro-choice?
It's whatever you want to do. I don't knock nobody for their decision I don't knock nobody for their decision. I don't judge nobody for nothing they want to do. Whatever you want to do in life. If you want to be a unicorn, I don't judge nobody.
No, I'm asking you specifically, like, would you go get an abortion ever?
I actually did abort the second baby. Yes.
Listen, this is the crazy. I've never heard of anything like this before, so forgive me. This is just a lot to process. So God didn't abort the second baby.
Exactly.
But you went and aborted it?
For my choice. I had to, that's what I'm saying. So God, he does love us and he does go to bat for us. So I had to pay for my choices, my actions of what I did. And so not only did that happen, so I worked with the guy. That's not even the end of the story. I worked with the guy who I was pregnant by. And so I was still having to see this guy. He's still smiling in the faces of the girls at work, still the same guy, but he was claiming he didn't want to leave his girlfriend. That's why he didn't want to be a father to the baby that I was pregnant with. I'm going to work, I'm crying to God. Okay, I don't want any bad karma on anybody. And I'm not saying that I want anything bad to happen, but I'm like, God, well, he made a decision as well. I wanted my baby, but I knew I could not raise 4 children, which would have been 5 by myself.
I'm just so confused. So like, I know most Christians are like extremely pro-life.
I'm not a Christian.
Do you follow Christ?
I love God. I'm not a Christian.
Oh, you don't believe Jesus? You don't believe?
I believe in Yeshua, yes, but I'm not a Christian.
Yeah, so if you believe in Yeshua and what
I do believe in Yeshua. I do believe Yeshua is God, is Lord, but I'm not a Christian. No,
that is
more spiritual.
What do you think a Christian is? That is.
I'm not religious. I don't care about none of that other stuff.
You are religious for
sure. I do know there is a higher being. I do know there is someone out there. I do know that I did not make myself. I do know that I did not bring.
If you follow Yeshua, you're a Christian. That's just by definition.
I'm not a Christian. I do not call myself Christian.
I mean, you don't have to accept it, but you are Christian.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but just to end this.
If you believe in a God and you worship a God, you're religious. So you're everything you think you're not, you are, which is
relationship is not a religion. I have a relationship with my mother, but I'm not in a religion with my mother. I have a relationship with my father, but I'm not in a religion with my father. So, but just to end this story, though.
Hello. That's probably because you have the wrong definition of religion. What do you think a religion is?
But that's okay. But that's your choice.
What do you think it is, though? What do you think religion is?
when you follow a group or a doctor.
No, that's not.
of
See,
some
that's
sort.
incorrect. This is why we just all need to just learn definitions. The definition of religion is to believe in and worship a god or gods or supernatural entity. With that definition in mind, you would agree that you believe in and worship a god, right?
Most definitely. I worship
Okay, so
a higher being
boom,
who believe in
that's
it.
religion. That's a religion. Boom. You're
I'm not
automatically
really.
religion.
You can say that, but just like
Do you
the
accept the dictionary definitions in the dictionary?
to an extent.
To an extent. To what
Yes, ma'am.
extent?
Just like I accept everything to an extent because everything was man-made, and just like the Bible, I accept certain things in the Bible. Certain books were put in and taken out of the Bible. I don't follow everything. Just like certain, like I said, certain things were books were put in and taken out of the Bible. It's you never
Yeah, so what
really
extent
know.
do you take? I just don't know how you wouldn't accept definitions in the dictionary, but be able to speak the language coherently. So, what extent? When did definitions all of a sudden turn off for you? Like, when is this? When did definitions just stop being definitions for you?
I'm not religious. Like they said, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I have a spiritual
Did you hear the
relationship
question
with
I
my
asked you?
God. I have
Did
a
you hear the
spiritual.
hello? Did
I'm
you hear the
sorry.
question? Did you hear the question I asked you?
What did you say?
Did you hear the question I asked
No,
you?
ma'am. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I said if you don't accept all definitions for words, I'm not sure how you are able to use the English language and speak coherently when you don't accept definitions. So what's your cutoff? When do you stop accepting definitions? Like, is it just when you don't like it? That's when you don't accept a definition because it just doesn't sound nice to
It doesn't
you, or
fit right when I feel like it doesn't fit where I what I believe. Yeah, sure. There you go. Yeah, because I'm not religious. I don't follow a religion. I don't go to
so
church. I'm not
man,
religious.
okay. So you just, if you don't like the
With you,
definition of a
Chris, I'm
word,
spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spirit. I don't
I don't.
follow a
That's fine. You
religion.
can be spiritual and still be religious at the same time. They're not mutually
I'm not
exclusive.
religious.
Yeah, okay. You're saying you're not religious because you just don't like the definition. Now, what about the definition is flawed? Can you give me any reason to accept your definition over the
No,
dictionary
you don't have
definition?
to. But no, you don't have to accept my definition. It's just that I've been to church. I've seen Christians. I do not.
Okay, well, okay, cool. If I don't have to accept your definition, then you are religious. That's by definition. You're religious
Okay, well,
and
that
you're
is
Christian.
if that's what you want to call me, that's fine. But that's fine. You could call me
Okay.
religious, but I'm
So,
not.
so God kills babies now too.
Most definitely. Have you not read the Bible?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
He is most definitely. He sure does.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Hey, Christians in the
And
chat.
so to continue with my story, when after I got my abortion, I was going to work, and I'm like, okay, so God, this man, he partook in this situation with me. What's going on with him? I'm not wishing anything bad on him, or I don't want anything bad for him. So what is his karma? What's gonna happen to him? After I quit that job, I found out that his firstborn son was murdered. He was attempted to be robbed, and someone murdered him
Love you.
while he was coming out of a gas station.
Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. My husband just distracted me. We were doing our little handshake. All I heard was somebody got murdered and attempted. I'm sorry. Say it one more time. My bad. My
No,
bad.
you're fine, sweetie. You're good. So I'm like, God, I don't wish no bad on nobody, but I'm just like the same guy. Like I said, I wanted my children, and I never wanted that to happen. But of course, this whole story. So I'm like, okay, God, I don't wish any bad on him, but I'm like, this same guy's doing the same exact thing that he claimed he didn't want my children for. He's still smiling in every female's face, doing the same thing that he claimed he was going back to his relationship for. So I had to lose my children. He's getting promotions at work. Nothing's happening to him, this, that, and the other. After I left the job, I never even knew anything about it. I found out that his firstborn son was murdered like someone tried to rob him, and the guy, I found out he was a good child. He never, was in any kind of anything like that. He wasn't in any gangs or nothing like that, but he was murdered, and he lost his firstborn son. So that takes you back. For me, that was proof that my God is real. And that's just one instance for me that proved to me that God is real, because like the same instance when they were in Egypt, and God, he said he wants your firstborn son. If you do
Hey, Akina, I'm so sorry. I just got like 3 restrictions all at the same time. I have to restart again. This will be like the 4th time. If you want to come back, like, I'll give you a second to follow me and stuff. Everybody that's in the chat, you guys can follow me, and I'm gonna restart the live. And I'm gonna go live again in like 2 seconds. I just don't want to get banned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll bring you. If you come back, I'll bring you up first.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a second. Figure that out, and then there's a delay too, so I'm gonna give y'all a little bit longer than a second. But I just got hit back to back. I got tobacco, violent themes, and hate speech, back to back to back. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Again for the 5th time. God damn, I can't even. How did I do that? Swipe left to close. Swipe left to close. Nigga, I'm swiping left. Swipe left. All right. So they plan. I'm gonna get banned. I am gonna get banned. Please let me